We all train very, very hard to climb mountains in life and in this race. And so we show up prepared to climb. What we're not prepared for is the descending. And the descending is a couple things. It's scary, it's unnerving, it's dangerous. The climbing is tough, but we're all used to that part of it. We're all used to being grinders and working hard. What we're not used to is going down the backside of a mountain. And I look at that also in life. So many of our athletes and veterans are great in their careers. They struggle when they get out of their career because they're not ready for that side of it. They're not ready for the backside of the mountain. So that descending is where all the things go wrong, right? And that can be everything from addiction, substance abuse, alcoholism. All those things can start to creep into somebody's life because the guardrails are gone. Yeah, I started Team 1 Mile a few years ago, and what was happening is I was realizing I had two different groups that had a lot of similarities. So as I was becoming better friends with some of my veteran friends, and also had lifelong friends who were pro athletes or just high-level athletes, I realized that there was so much in common, but in some ways they were so disconnected. And so what I was trying to do at the beginning was create a network. So that network of bringing these two communities together was the foundation. And then once I brought those two communities together, I had to figure out what could I do? What could we do that would inspire both communities to come together and work together? I had to come up with something that was out of the box, scary enough, challenging enough that both sides would be interested. With that in mind, someone had mentioned, hey, what about Race Across America? And I think at the time they said, what about RAM? And I said, that sounds awesome, but what is it? It is a bike race, and it is considered the world's toughest bike race. But you need a complete support system to accomplish it. And that also was part of my vision. Was I didn't want it to be about athletes or any particular athletic event. It's more about the teamwork that goes into it and goes into behind the scenes that allows this team to be successful. We're out there trying to do a couple things. One is create awareness. And by going and doing something epic like Race Across America, it creates the excitement and the awareness of something that somebody's doing that's a big challenge. And by doing that, we can also inspire those that are suffering in silence. That's a key component to our mission, because there's a lot of individuals both on the civilian side and on the military side that, because their exterior persona is so strong in the warrior type, that so often that nobody understands that they're hurting inside. The crazy thing about RAM is it's a designated route. It's a little over 3,000 miles. We'll start here in Oceanside, California, and we'll make our way all the way over to Annapolis, Maryland. It's a relay event. So in theory, you have one rider on the road at all time, while in our case, the other 7 are in a state of recovery rest. And so we're rotating throughout our riders as we get across the country. So not everybody's riding the whole way, and we don't have all 8 riders on the road at one time.
Now this is, I believe, is the 40th year for Race Across America. Most grueling cycling race in the world, at least one of them. So I competed in 2 Olympics, 88 Olympics. I won 2 gold medals, ran track, 400 meters, in the relay, and then also 2 medals in the Barcelona. So I'm no stranger to toughing it and putting in the time and dedication for something that you believed in. And that's kind of what brought me here. So the race is tough, but you know, it takes a special kind of individual to go through that.
We all come prepared. We all come prepared for the endurance side of it. What you cannot prepare for are the mountain passes. You can't prepare for the extreme heat. You can't prepare for some of the winds that we'll run into across the plains. You definitely can't really prepare for the lack of sleep, all the other stressors that play a role. As athletes, most of us show up to an event, and we show up and we participate in that event, whether it's a day event, a morning event, and then we're done. And we kind of control a lot of the variables. In this case, since we're racing 24 hours a day, a lot of time we'll be riding at night. So that is another element for even the best of the riders that it puts stress on them. So RinseKit is a game changer for us, okay? Because what people don't realize as well, since we are racing nonstop 24 hours a day, and this will take us, let's say, 6+ days, probably between 6 and 7 days. Staying clean is the #1 issue for the teams, right? And hygiene is so important as an athlete, but also as crew members, because we don't have the luxury of showers. We don't have the luxury to take the time to have the convenience of going places for showers. So we rely on the RinseKit units for us to clean and shower, so it's great.
So RinseKit was extremely helpful for us because we might find ourselves off in the middle of nowhere, no way to wash off, particularly the cyclists. I mean, they're coming off these hard rides and obviously wanting to clean yourself off, but just being refreshed. I mean, being able to put that water on you with the RinseKit opens you up and just allows you to settle, reset, so that was the benefit of it.
We're going to be moving through some heavy areas. It's going to be hot during the day. I need a way to rapidly cool somebody, and I need to be able to have that on site in that support vehicle at that time. So medically, that's very important. Along the note of medical, I also need it to wash out wounds. They're bikers. There's not one of them that isn't going to take a spill on this race. And when they are, we need to be able to rinse out that wound, get it clean so that we can dress it and keep them moving forward. So the RinseKit gives us that versatility to be able to do that.